guys, and welcome back to the Unfiltered Gamer board game playthrough. Today's game on the tabletop is called Testament by Jap Anime Games and Manifest Destiny. Testament is all about a mysterious object hurling from the sky. It falls down into a mysterious kingdom, and... Oh, that's me. How do I hear me? 1 second. I literally turned off all the audio.
Except for one thing.
No, all of them.
Oh, okay.
I checked them all. I don't know. That's okay. We'll refresh. We'll refresh and start again as people are getting here, if that's okay.
Telling the story of Testament.
Yeah. I'm going to start again, though, because this is for YouTube, too. Even though it is on YouTube. Maybe I'll clean it up. I don't know. Alright, welcome, guys, to another Unfiltered Gamer board game playthrough. Today's game we're playing is Testament by Manifest Destiny and Jap Anime Games, or produced, or I guess, to the US by Jap Anime Games. A mysterious object hurtles through the sky into the ground and explodes. There, an ark in a mysterious kingdom where the king notices wild, vast riches inside the ark. So he sends his trusted advisors, who gather a company of heroes, to go in and attempt to gather all the riches from the ark. And over many years, many died, and many of the riches were not left to be discovered because of the insane amount of demons and monsters and all kinds of things inside the ark. And so instead, the king decided a smart idea. He said, I'm going to go ahead and have all the adventurers in the land, and you guys can go ahead and enter the ark, and you just have to bring me back a portion of that. And so our team of adventurers, as many years down the line, decided to embark upon this quest of gathering as much and delving down as deep as possible into the ark to gather all the riches and glory they possibly can. In Testament, there are 6 stages, technically 5 in a stage 0. We're playing stage 0 for the first one. It is going to be the Raging Boar. Now, I must explain, too, that Testament is made to be a game that is devilishly hard and simple to play, though. This game is all about progressing from one stage to the next, using the characters that you started with and the abilities that you started with, and increasing their skills that you've chosen.
Skills and abilities and your own strategy.
So, for instance, the first stage is the boar, the next stage is on the back, and then we have something like this. This is going to be the Storm Causer. Hopefully you can see that pretty well. It's like a whale, it's, I guess, in the depths of the ark, I guess, or it comes out of the ark and you have to defeat it. And then you got something like this, looks like kind of like a minotaur, the adamant colossus. So
That's a scary name.
So this game is kind of like, it's kind of like that Colossus, Shadow of the Colossus, kind of meets a dungeon crawl. You'll be fighting a certain number of mobs, going through a phase of steps until you get to the boss, in which case the boss pops out, and you deal with the rest of the mobs and you finish off the boss. It's all about going from boss to boss to boss, and the minions are kind of a sub thing. I've chosen to play as Redane Cargindo, and I have selected 4 abilities. You can select any abilities you want, and based on those abilities, we'll select your character's rank. So I'm a rank 3 character, but that can change along the game. I've got Rabbit Punch, Energy Bolt, Fortress, and Taunt. So you can imagine that I am a tank.
I chose Lunana Chacon, and she's kind of a very specific on damage dealing. So I've got a couple of melee abilities, shield, and initiate.
Oh, so Caleb's here as well. He's hiding in the corner. But we also have Palisade. Now, I guess this is going to be the group character. You have to play with 4 characters in the game. So if you're playing with 1, 2, or 3 players, you're going to include extra characters until you have 4. So Palisade is going to be a damage dealer. She has Cool Hunt, Initiative, Energy Bolt, and Cryokinesis, all of which are basically damaging abilities and a little bit of support as well. And then we have...
I have Kukurito.
Yeah, Kukurito.
I can heal 15 damage to all heroes and revive all downed heroes without paying the downed penalty.
Yeah,
That's
so
your ultimate ability.
she's the healer of the group. Rabbit Punch, Shadow Move, Energy Bolt, and Initiate. And yeah, we all have our own unique powerful abilities as well. I can remove all debuffs from allies, and it's boss debuffs, by the way. And Lulana can move all damage from enemies to one specific enemy. And then Palisade, she's able to actually do 4 damage to all mobs, and any mob that is destroyed will not generate us bonus energy over here. And regardless, say that's pretty much how you set up the game. You're going to have a certain number of enemies that you'll be shuffling up, a certain number of bonus cards that you'll get from the Kickstarter only, not from the base game in Japan. And I started with a power burst ring, so whenever I'm downed, all other characters are going to gain 1 buff each, which is really nice. It's kind of like a bonus. I am the first player, and we are on the start of the track here.
Yeah.
And I have all the extra tokens over there set to the side, which I guess we'll go into when we go to the top down. But basically, it's just buffs, debuffs, boss buffs. You got your shields and taunt and HP.
So we chose all of our abilities, but Caleb, I noticed you don't have a heal. Is that on purpose?
Oh, you don't have a heal.
I
Wait.
think
No, he has initiate. Initiate is
Oh,
the
it
heal.
is a heal?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Okay.
That's the one that you start with. Wait, let me make
No,
sure.
it's the white cards. The white cards are heal.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you don't have a
You
heal.
probably want a heal
Do you want
ability.
to choose a heal instead of the initiate or something like that?
But I already have healed.
That's
Heal
for
is
one
only
time.
going to work once and only if it's the start of the round and
Yeah.
only if this bar goes all the way to here. So it's not actually a heal.
It's not a regular ability you'll be able to use. So your
If you
cards
don't,
are
then I
your
want to at
abilities.
least give it to somebody
Yeah.
else who heals.
Yeah.
Who doesn't, because we don't have any heals. We need to have heal.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll swap one of these out.
Dangerously important. I don't
In
care which one you swap out.
In the starter, their healer had 2 of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm going to go ahead
Maybe
and
you
swap
give
out.
one to her. Yeah.
I'll swap
Initiate
Yeah, I suppose.
or the green one.
Do we have a green one other than that? Yeah, you have.
Yeah. I
There's
have
one
green
there. I guess we'll swap it out here. I want to make sure we have heals. It's really imperative that you have heals in this game because this is a very, very difficult game. Even for the start, this is like the new beginner mode. So let's go ahead and take you to the top down. We'll show you how the game looks and the boss that we're fighting, and we'll see how well we do in Testament. So let me
Let's
bear back.
see.
All right, I'll do an
Alright.
audio check. Let me see if I have the gain up here. Here's the volume. Turn the gain a bit. Testing, testing. Hopefully you guys hear me. Looks like it sounds good to me. Okay, so I have my character all set up. I gotta flip my character over so you guys can see it better, hopefully. But we have each character. These are my 4 abilities of my character, and Callie's are over there. Then we have Palace up the group character, and I'm separating with the first player marker because they gave us a fancy one for the Kickstarter. It's this a nice little metal one here.
Token upgrade.
And then over there is Cucurito.
Our healer, who now has a heal ability.
Yeah, which is good. That we needed. And then all the buffs and debuffs and HP is all set over there to the side. These markers are going to be used for the boss and for the monsters. This is going to represent our steps. This is going to give us either heart stars and horseshoes, clovers, and balloons whenever we roll them. And then we have these, which actually only activate whenever we defeat a boss. I can move these off to the side.
So and it's optional to play with the items.
And I have this die which we'll be using for for when we get these stars. Because they only last from round to round. But right now we have 0, so I have no 0 mark on the dice, so I'll set that aside.
Okay.
Okay, we got our 3 dice here. So
First
the first
thing
thing
we do is move our prism tracker to the first little triangle here, and it has a 2 on it, so 2 mobs will come out onto the field.
Alright,
And
so
the 1 space and the 2
and
space.
I'll just show you guys as a quick example. Mobs are going to have on the top right a number, and that number will represent a boss, and you'll put those into the deck based on the boss you're fighting.
Yeah, you build the deck based on the boss.
In the beginning, though, all you're taking is the mobs that are basically not
Basic,
going
yeah.
to have anything on them. It's just going to have what they do and how much health they have, not what boss they go to, which is just fine. So I'm going to take over 2 of these guys. The first one is going to be a fire drake, and it'll move over 1 because we have 2 enemies that we're spawning. And then the next one we're going to deal with is the screamer. Mobs that already activate we'll put down, and any mobs that get stunned will move in here. Okay. So we have a screamer and a fire drake. So they've got 4 and 5 HP respectively, and they have 3 abilities each. One is going to be doing a piercing strike towards a specific character, and it's going to do 2 damage, and then he'll put a debuff, etc., etc., and the next one will do 2 damage, then 5 damage. And usually these mobs are just going to hit whoever has the most aggro. And aggro is going to be with these tokens. I'm going to take a few of these over here, because I'm going to need them. Because this will determine who has to fight, or who has to take the damage when fighting. All right. So the next part of the game
Is the roll.
Yes.
Force roll.
So I take 2 of these dice. I'm going to take 2 of these dice, I believe, and I'm going to roll them, and whatever I get is what the entire team gets, technically. So I roll these guys here. I'm hoping for re-rolls. Yes, that's going to give me 2 star power, which are called Force. And then I get 2 more star power. And I get to re-roll too, so it's like exploding dice. And I'm going to get 1 energy.
Soul is what it's called.
Force
These
and
are
soul.
soul abilities, the lightning bolt.
Force and soul, but I might call it star power and lightning bolts,
Yeah.
so just FYI. Okay, so we've got ahead and rolled, and now what's next?
Our player actions, starting with the hero that has the leader marker.
I have the leader marker, and generally speaking, whoever starts the leader with the leader is usually the person who most recently played a JRPG, but you can go ahead and make
Are
up
we
your own
supposed to
rules.
get our threat tokens though first? I felt like.
You don't get threat tokens. You gain threat tokens when you use the ability.
Okay. I wasn't sure if we started with any.
No. So when you start, you can choose any one of your skills. And when you choose one of them, you'll be turning it to the side. Similar to Magic the Gathering, you'll be rotating them or tapping them, indicating that you've used them. If all of your skills have been used, you're going to need to pass in order to recharge them. Or if you've used all 3 and you use the last one, it will untap. So basically, the only way you're going to have to be losing a turn is if for some reason you have only 1 skill left and an enemy or a boss stuns you.
Mm-hmm.
And stunning for 1 could be stunning for 1 or stunning for 2, right? So you don't want to have everything turned to the side if you can help it, unless you specifically do it yourself. So I can taunt the boss or the mobs, I can remove 1 threat from myself. And then I'm going to do 0 damage, and I'm going to gain 3 threat.
Mm-hmm.
Why would I gain 3 and remove 1 from myself? There's probably some reason for that. The fortress removes 1.
It's meant to be used when you don't have a lot of threat. I don't know.
Maybe if I don't want to be taking too much damage, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
This one gives me a shield. This one does a straightforward damage, and this one is when I use a melee damage skill, I add +2 to that damage.
So that will happen after you've used it.
And that's why I have 2 melee skills there, so that I can kind of add on to them. Well, do you think we should just start smacking these guys down, or should we start buffing each other up?
I feel like we probably want to buff first, because the shield is going to remove threat. At least for you might want to use that first while you don't have any.
I mean, it won't matter if I lose it. Yeah, if I go from 0 to negative, it won't matter. But I mean, I could give myself a shield. The next thing I could do instead is I could do 1 damage to one of them, and then I could gain the ability of +2 on my regular attacks.
Okay.
So maybe we'll go with this one first.
Sure.
Oh, after all 4 of us do attacks, do these guys trigger?
They're going to attack.
And when I take damage with shields, I'm only going to prevent 1 damage with 1 shield, sadly.
Yeah.
So I'll go ahead and, I will activate this, I think. So it's I'm going to turn it to the side, and it indicates that as long as it's on the side, all my melee is +2. So I'll go ahead and do 1 damage to the Fire Drake or the Screamer.
So we're going to be able to use all of our abilities until we pass. Right?
I'm pretty sure, don't we each use 1 at a time?
And then, we each do 1 at a time. Yeah. Okay, and then the enemies take a turn. Okay.
So we each use 1, and then the enemies take a turn, right?
I'm making sure.
Okay. Trying to confuse me
No,
here.
no. Maybe you want some aggro then.
Not yet. We're not going to be taking a whole lot of damage just yet. We'll save that for the boss and whatnot. This is not going to help me very much for shielding. I'd rather just do a damage to the Screamer. Hopefully we have enough damage overall to kill 1 of them.
Oh, yeah.
We should be able to do 5 damage to one of them before the boss pops, or no? You could.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, that one does 2 damage. That's pretty good. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could go for this guy. He does a lot of damage, so it might not be a bad idea.
Alright.
Yeah. Okay, so I've used my ability. That's it.
Okay. And we do have, so remember, this is going to go away at the end of the round too.
Yeah, and when we use our abilities, we can empower them if we use these. So we have 4 total right now. And on the bottom of the card, it will tell you how many times you can use that empower and how much each of the empowered abilities cost. So for instance, I could have empowered this and spent one of them to add 1 buff to myself. And I believe buffs stay from round to round. So I think I will actually take a buff.
Yeah, maybe do that. So I could kill the fire drake.
I mean,
use 2 empower.
I mean, why not?
Alright, let's do it. So I'm gonna use my Grand Saver.
Trying to be a contrarian by tapping it the opposite way. Like Magic the Gathering, you gotta turn it to clockwise.
Well, no, I was just going the way that this was showing.
Oh, okay.
It's fine. I'll deal 2 damage, but I'm gonna empower it with 2.
So that will be 3 then total.
Oh, it'll be 3.
Yep.
Okay.
2 will give your weapon plus 1 damage.
That's not a lot. I thought that was better than
That's
1.
not bad though, because it'll give one of our characters an extra turn. They'll get to do something other than attack.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So
let's
we'll go
do
ahead and
it.
reduce that to 1,
Mhm.
and that will give 3 damage onto the fire drake, which would have killed the screamer because the screamer only has 4 HP.
Yeah, but this one's more threatening.
Yeah.
And then I will get to
2 threat.
aggro there.
Yeah, 2 aggro. And you can remove aggro from yourself, which is nice too.
And my next melee ability will be +2, so that's nice.
Okay,
That's
you're
it.
up, Caleb.
Okay.
So just choose one of them and do in the top box.
Okay, I'll attack the fire drake.
Okay, so it's just 1 damage, and you want to save this for this character over here, I suppose?
Yeah.
Okay, so just do 1 damage, and the fire drake is going to be removed. And when you kill one of these guys here, you are going to generate 1. What, empower?
No,
Soul. And this one?
Force.
Force. The Force Awakens. Soul Wars. I don't know. Trying to remember it somehow. Okay, and then we have Palisette. So she has a heal, initiate, energy bolt, and cryokinesis. So both of these are going to give her threat. All of them will give her threat except for this, which we can actually use. I think it might not even be a bad thing either.
She's our weakest, so we don't want to give her too much threat.
We can turn this to the side right now, and that is going to let us do a debuff on the enemy or a buff on one of us. So if we do a debuff on the enemy, we can reduce its attack by the first ability. So as you can see, it can be debuffed. This would hit every player for 2 damage, ignoring shields. So we'll go ahead and do
Yeah,
that.
let's do it.
Okay, so we've used all of our characters. Oh, we can also use this +1 here. If we can do it once, so it's an power of 1, and we get a bonus on a buff or debuff.
Let's do it.
Okay, who wants to have a buff? She can give it to anybody.
That'll add damage. Can
Uh,
you use it for added damage? I forget.
I have to look in the rules what buffing does, but it's good. You want them,
I
and you can
want
only
them.
have a certain number of them. My character can only have 2, and yours
I
can
can
have
have
3.
3. So
Okay, go ahead and check the for what happens next, and it has to do with I believe the bosses. We've all interacted, and now the boss is going to.
the enemy action
Yes.
will happen now.
Hope you guys are having a great new year. All these resolutions for what games you're gonna play on your shelf of shame.
Yep, from left to right, and we resolve it, and you use the blue marker there.
Yeah, so
to
we'll resolve
track
this
it.
one. It does nothing because it has a debuff, and we'll move on to this next one here. It's going to be a weaken, I believe, right?
Yes, remove X buff shield tokens from the target,
So the target, if it doesn't have one, is the person with the most threat.
which is me.
So you're going to lose.
Oh, I'm gonna lose my buff token.
What if they didn't have one?
I don't know, it doesn't say for this one.
Then you could have given it to Caleb, and you would not have suffered it.
Well, I didn't know.
I told you more than once about how these target. I specified about why you don't want to have a threat. Move on to 3, and you take 3 damage.
Yes.
So you go ahead and mark your character with 3 damage, and you have 16 total health, so now you're at 13.
That's
Okay.
it.
And then we just simply rinse and repeat, I believe, right?
The debuff, summoning.
That's all for boss
Yeah,
stuff.
that's
That's all for
stuff.
boss
Okay.
stuff. So this is going to move over 1.
Yep.
And we're going to summon
2.
2 mobs.
Ooh.
And hopefully this is the right way, right? Where this moves, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, there's not a lot of rounds.
I guess the key rounds give us a little bit of bereavement or like freedom. This only has 1 health, that's nice as well. But it's stealth, which means we cannot kill it unless we defeat these other 2 units
So
first.
no force tokens left, those are all removed.
And
First token moves.
Yep.
Hmm.
And
That's it?
what does buffs do for the heroes? That's the one other thing we need to know about. Speaking of, while she was looking at the rules, we played the new game from, what's Peter's company's name now? Alchemy, Cardboard Alchemy. It's like a space.
They can be used to empower.
Oh, okay, that's cool. That's mainly what they do then?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, well, you can go ahead and go. I was going to try and talk about Andromeda's Edge, but we'll talk about that later, I suppose. Go ahead and start.
Okay.
And roll those dice.
Release.
So that's going to give us
4 force.
Pretty good.
Alright. And
I wonder how we get an extra one of these die. I guess maybe one of our skills upgrade to it.
I think I'll get rid of this guy. I can this outright.
Okay, I told you you can't kill this guy though, right?
Yeah, stealth.
Yep.
Okay.
So rapid punch. When you use a melee damage skill, you add. Oh well, you have 2 of them.
Yeah, I already have 1.
Only problem is you have 2 of them,
Mhm.
so these can't buff one of these because you're not doing any melee damage on.
No.
So there's no double.
But they buff each other, so I could use either one in any order.
Okay.
So this will be 3 damage instead of 1.
Yep.
And that is enough to take out this guy.
Yep. And we're gonna increase our power meter. Nice. All right, Caleb,
Good,
you're up.
Caleb.
Okay.
You got 4 options. You can heal somebody. You can do damage. You can shield somebody. Or shield yourself, I believe. And you can move this marker, which you probably won't want to do just yet.
I guess I can attack with this one, the energy bowl.
Yeah, so go ahead and turn to the side. Alright, you're going to do 1 damage to a monster. You can't choose a Metal Slayer because it has stealth. You have to choose the Screamer.
Mm-hmm.
And you can choose to empower it as well. So you can empower 1 time, and you can choose one of those stars and subtract that number from this number and gain that benefit. So for instance, one is a +1 target, which you can't do because you can only see this monster currently. But the other one does +1 damage, however you suffer 2 damage. So do you want to take 2 damage to do 2 damage, or do you just want to do 1 damage?
Do we need the 2 damage on the Screamer?
I'm sure that we can at least 1, 2. Because if we can get rid of these guys here, we'll get a key, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have 24 health, so I could take the 2 damage.
Okay.
So I'll just take the 2 damage.
And how much does it cost to empower it? 1?
Yes.
Okay. So that will do 2 damage to the Screamer.
Alright.
So you're at 20 health now. Alright, so now we go to the Palisade now.
I'm at
She-
22.
Oh, sorry, 22, yes. So she probably is going to attack, I suppose. And we will have her attack with, I guess it doesn't really matter. This one does less damage to her, though, so Cryokinesis, I think. It's going to give her 2 threat. She's going to do 1 damage to this. However, we're going to empower that ability. Down here it says for 1, it does say 1, right?
He got 1 threat, Caleb.
Yep, so at this one here it says 1 extra damage. So I'm going to do 2 damage to the Screamer. Thusly, go ahead and eliminate it.
Yeah.
And when we remove it from the field,
Oop.
yes, this guy's going to slide back down here. And then with me left over, it is now vulnerable because it's got 1 health and nothing else. And luckily I have just 1 more ability, so I chose the energy bolt. So I can turn this guy here. I wish I could use this in some way.
It's not gonna help. It doesn't. You
But it
can't like
won't.
gain any.
I will.
buff
So
or
yeah,
anything.
I'll increase it by 1 to do 2 damage to it, even though I don't need to. It will die and we'll
Use it.
gain an extra bolt, force, energy, etc.
All right, almost halfway there.
All right, that's the end of that round as well, right?
Yes.
Okay,
So.
so we move this. We move.
No enemies to attack us.
Yeah, we have no enemies to deal with. That's nice.
This will go to Caleb. This will go up, and we have no enemies on the key.
So there's no enemies here, and there's no enemies that are going to spawn as well. So basically getting a free action, and we successfully capture a key. So you can take a damage marker and put it on one of these.
Okay. I was say, where's the little stars?
I know, we
Put
can
them
use
there.
Okay, and we take our actions. So Caleb, you can start. You can heal. You can give yourself a shield. All are good choices, I suppose.
We could rest too, right? Yeah, to reset our abilities.
Yeah, I believe you can.
When I heal, is this just...
Oh, you first get to roll 2 dice too. Roll
Yeah.
2 dice, and you're gonna see if you get any bonuses. This is gone now. So you're gonna get 1 of these, and you'll get 2 of these, and you'll get an exploding dice. So you get to roll again. For those of you just joining us, we're playing the game Testament. 2 more, so that's supposed to be 4. And our objective is to go through a certain number of waves of enemies and finally get to the boss, which we're fighting the Raging Boar, and then we're fighting the boss section on the board here, which is over here.
Caleb could actually have us skip that phase.
Yeah, that's true. So you could make us skip over this phase,
Am I
But-
doing that?
but if you have us skip, this will jump to here.
We're gonna get faster to the boss.
We'll get faster to the boss, but we're not going to get the next key. Which is fine, I suppose. We won't have to deal with these enemies that attack us outright first. How would you do that?
Well, we don't.
You asking how would you do that? With the boot.
Oh.
So the boot would make you go jump 1 space. You check that right, Callie. Make sure you look at the boot. Make sure we're incorrect. But you can choose to heal.
You're
So
the
just-
one.
yeah, you can shadow move.
You're the one who has that.
Okay.
What happens if you empower it? Is there anything good there?
Remove 2 buffs from yourself. Remove
Right.
remove 1 buff from yourself, or add +1 boot.
Oh, okay. So you could move it more, but we don't want that. And I think you're good there. You only have 1 threat. All right. Next will be Palisette. Let's see. Oh, she can heal too. So. Oh, I didn't move this actually here. Okay, there we go. She could heal, or there's nothing to energy bolt, so either heal or rest, I think. Pass, I mean. Maybe she should pass. Because then she'll get rid of the threat tokens, which is good. She only has 6 health, so. Okay, we'll have her pass. So she's gonna reset. Remove these 2 threat tokens. And that'll be Palisette's turn. Next will be Michael when he's ready.
Yeah, our Facebook decided to just stop
No.
working for us, but the rest of them are still kicking.
Okay.
Alright, so I am going to... I just get to do anything I want, right?
Yeah, you could shield up, you could pass and rest.
Now, for instance, what I said before is if I tap and I tap again, these all come back, right? Or is it, or no matter
Then
what,
you're
you have to
forced
rest?
pass, right?
Is that how it works?
No. If all your hero skills are on cooldown, then you're forced to pass your turn.
I guess I'll just pass then, I suppose.
Well, we're gonna have another turn with no thing too.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna shield up.
Yeah, maybe shield.
So it's gonna give me removing a threat, and I'm also gonna get a shield token, if you will. You got them all over there.
There you go.
Thank you.
Okay, I think I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do my shield, which will remove one.
Oh, I'm also gonna spend 2 of these and give myself an extra shield.
Yeah, do that.
Why not?
And I'll do the same thing since there's only 2 left.
Oh, you have a fortress?
Yeah.
Oh, you're our tank? Okay.
No. We can have.
I know, I'm just teasing.
I do a lot of damage, so I need a little bit of protection.
Okay. Alright, that's everybody?
Yes.
Okay, so we're moving on. Moving on to the key area. And this is going to be this guy over here. Rolling these
Get the key.
2 stars upon Mars. I'm not even sure what the key does. I don't remember. We get
Something
them.
with the boss, yeah.
And then, so we got these 2 guys here. And she's going to start. Oh, you made her pass, didn't you?
Yeah, I before I realized
Who has
it would
health?
be not.
Okay, so she'll heal then.
Okay. Heal me.
Yeah, for 4. She's only on 3, right? So she's gonna go ahead and give herself, sadly, a taunt, or a aggro, I should say. I'm gonna rest. And I think she could have also, with her heal, this skill generates 0 threat. Actually, for 1, will make her not generate threat.
Perfect.
Does threat stay from round to round?
Yes.
It does? Okay. So threat and...
I didn't see anywhere to...
Threat, debuff, and debuffs and buffs stay from round to round, but...
This does not.
That does not. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm going to rest, which will remove my threat. Or aggro.
Oh, it also removes all your aggro?
Yeah.
Nice.
2 aggro.
Okay.
Go ahead, Caleb.
I'll rest.
Okay, you can go ahead and remove 2 aggro as well. Alright, easy peasy.
Yeah.
This will move on. This jumps over, now we're going to get 3 enemies.
3. Alright.
Okay, here's a nice one. It's a rat man, 3 health. A metal worker with 4 health. Tiny one with stealth, tiny one. Oh, okay, an acid ooze with 4 health. Wow. Can we have more enemies, please? Looks like it's back to my turn now to start. Alright.
Okay,
Roll these.
now is where
Oh,
they're
this is
going
like
to do some damage.
Is this like a... Are these... No, they're just in
No,
the
they're
light.
the same.
Just in the light, alright. Come on, exploding dice. Double exploding dice.
Nice.
That's going to give us 4. And we're going to get to... Oh!
One of these.
One of these, and I get another exploding dice, putting us at 6. And double, so that
Whoa,
puts us
Nice.
okay, we gotta
8.
use that. Everyone's
8.
gotta
Well,
empower.
why the heck would we not, right? Alright. Is she rank 1? Did you do this correctly? 4?
I thought you moved that.
Most things
She's
would be-
she's pretty negative, so -3? Yes.
Yeah, she's negative 7. That's the lowest she can be then, is 1. Alright. Well, what am I going to do now? I am going to... What should we focus on?
Those all are pretty equal in health.
I can do 3 damage.
I'm trying to understand what this taunt does. What's the point of it? It removes a... So this basic is it removes a threat from myself. It does 0 damage and it gives me 3 threat.
Yeah.
And then I can empower
but
it.
this will make it B+2, so you can't do damage with it.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Does anybody have threat? No one has threat right now?
No.
I'm trying to see how I want to do this then. So I want to take this threat. Because I feel like we should be able to
Not too
kill
bad.
some of them, right?
Yeah, and we don't have a lot of health loss or anything.
I'm going to turn this guy to the side. That's going to generate 1 damage. I will use this because I earned it all. And I'll give myself an extra buff. And I'm going to hit this dude for 1. Which one? Maybe this one here? Because you're going to only be able to do 2
I can
damage
do
next
3.
turn. You can do up to
With-
3?
When I powered up.
So we have to see what these guys all do.
Okay,
This is going to stun, unless we debuff it, and then it'll like debuff, damage, double damage, ranged, and then a pierce and a bunch of damage. But this has lots of health, so I'm going to choose the acid ooze. Hopefully I can debuff this guy with the initiate, if nothing else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because then I can kill that one.
Okay.
We'll do this.
So you're going to do a grand saver.
Yep.
So for 2
2
damage.
damage to aggro.
And you're going to -2 on this.
Yes, to do an additional damage, which will be 3. Bye-bye.
Wow, nice and easy.
And up.
Alright, Caleb, you're up. You got a rat man for 3 and a metal worker with 4.
Okay.
That's an easy mode now, actually, because we're rolling all these wonderful exploding dice.
Yeah.
So I could do the energy bolt
Sure.
and do 2 damage and then take 2 damage.
You gain 2 threat. You did that, okay? Good.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then I'll get one threat.
You can do this one instead first whenever you use a melee, so it's going to give you bonus damage.
That'll buff
For
that
me, yeah.
next time.
Yeah, so that one will buff that one next time.
Okay, so which one should I use first?
I mean, if you use this, you'll buff that one. This will do 1 damage, and you can give yourself a buff for 1. And that one does 1 damage, and if this has already been used, it will do +2 damage. So it would do 3, and then you can buff it again for another, which you can do up to 4.
Okay, so I should use this one first.
Yeah, unless you wanted to heal or shield yourself. Those are other options.
No, it's fine.
Okay, so 1 damage. Allie, I have no way of
No,
getting
okay.
the damage. You need to do that or give me some.
Which one? This one?
4 or 3.
Probably the 4.
So I think if you do this one here,
Might be easier to kill.
she will have enough damage to kill this guy. If you do this one here, she's most likely going to want to debuff this guy here. So it's up to you which one to do.
Okay, let's go for this one.
To kill
Okay.
it? Okay.
Well, either one is fine, but
Yeah.
it'll be based on what she chooses to do. So because you chose this guy, she can actually kill one of them now.
And then did
Because
you
we don't want
want
this
to
to go off.
empower it?
You could. Why not? We
Yeah,
have tons.
You get a debuff. A buff.
Yeah, give yourself a buff. We have.
Next time.
Yeah, let's empower it.
How much is it?
It's 1.
One.
Yeah,
Then
this
you
was
can
4.
use that next round in case we don't roll as many.
Yeah, we might as well burn all this because after she goes, this all goes anyway. Well, we're gonna go ahead. She can do this twice, so she will turn this to the side. It's gonna give her 2 threat. She's like a melee support, I guess. And it's gonna do 1 damage, but I'm going to spend the empower, and I can empower this character twice.
Yeah.
For 0, it gives them +1 target, and for 1, it'll do an extra 1 damage. So
Do 2 extra
it'll do 2 damage to 2 targets.
Ah,
3. So I can give it 0 for +1 target.
I see. So
Pretty solid.
2 and 2, killing that one.
And you're gonna go up on the energy tracker as well. Did we already do that for the last one?
Yeah.
Great. Okay, and now sadly the enemy actually gets to attack this time.
Yes.
We weren't able to nuke them all.
And
Alright, so it wasn't debuffed, so it's gonna do 2 damage to the character with the most threat.
we're tied. How's that?
So then you check ranks.
I don't know.
You can check ranks then, which is 3.
Oh.
So you're the higher rank, which means you get targeted for 2 damage.
Okay.
And
Oh.
you're not done. What do you have in front of you?
I have 2 shields.
So you're gonna take damage, which is 2, subtract it from your shields,
Yeah, 0.
take the damage, and then you'll lose 1 shield.
So no damage.
And then she has a range. He has a ranged. What does that mean? Go ahead and look over there on the chart. It has a little range icon. It says combo.
Combo. All subsequent enemy actions, including the boss, get +1 in damage. This affects stack.
So this would go from here, and then we go from here, and then that's irrelevant because
There's no more.
that was nice.
that was a
Only
good
2
one.
damage.
We chose to leave away.
This is going to go over to you now.
Yeah.
We're going to lose this. And this is going to move, and we're going to add an extra enemy from the flock here. A watcher for 4
And
4
I'll
damage.
roll 2 die.
There you go. You got 2, 3, and an exploder. You're going to have 2 more and an exploding die. Wow. And 2 more. That's
Nice.
same.
We're not getting a lot of these. I guess they're pretty rare.
Yeah, well,
The one.
this literally when this gauge fills up, only one of us at the beginning of the round can ultimate, and they'll lose our turn to ultimate.
Yes.
So that's pretty good.
Good ability.
It's really good. Really,
Okay,
really
we have
good.
the Watcher, which is 4 health. Okay.
Yep, and you're starting. We still got a bunch of abilities left.
Yeah. And we have a lot of force again, so. Oh, that one doesn't do
Doesn't do what?
extra damage.
No, it'll give you a buff though. But empower is
Yeah.
only good for empower. The buffs are only good for empowering, nothing else.
That's what it
I'll look. You
I
play. You
thought.
guys take your turns.
Yeah.
And I'll look.
Okay.
Make sure.
So I'll do. It will be 1 plus 2 for this ability. So it'll be 3 damage. So I think I should spread it out. Put it on the Watcher here. And then, yeah, I might as well use 1 here. And get a buff. And that'll. No threat. Okay, great. No aggro. Your turn, Caleb.
So then I can use this now to deal damage to.
Yeah, so because you have this tapped, your melee gets +2. So that'll make it 3. So you could kill the metal worker. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think that's probably.
And then you could use this to add +1 target.
Nice, nice. Yeah, so it does. Yeah, it's just basically going to increase your. It's basically part of the force. Because if we ever roll garbage,
Then you have these.
then we'll have
back
these to
up.
utilize.
Yeah.
But also, you can't use these if you gain them. So if you gain one from this, you're not able to use it on this.
Right
same-
away. Yeah.
So what's
Okay.
the +1 target?
It'll target another.
So yeah,
boss.
if normally you attack one thing, by using that empower, you're going to be able to attack 2 things for your normal amount of damage.
So this is 3 damage. So I could do 2 to here and then.
No, you would add a target to be able to target the
So
other
he can
one.
that can only empower once, and it's for 1 damage. Because you have a rabbit punch that's tapped, you're going to have +2. So you have 3 damage right now as it stands. Do you want to empower that? If you do, it'll go to 4 and you'll take 2, or it'll stay at 3 and you'll add another to target for 3. So 3 to each character, or you can do 4 to 1 and take 2 damage. They only have 4 HP each, so that's 2 health left and 1 health.
And this one's probably going to get taken out anyway.
All of them are, well, basically your options are you can kill one and take damage, or you can kill both and not take damage.
I guess I'll just kill both.
I mean, yeah, that's probably the
Yeah.
best choice. So you're gonna have to spend to empower, which is how much is it for a +1 target?
1.
1, so 6 goes to 5. And you have the 1 damage plus the 2 because of rabbit punch, so it'll do 3 damage, and you'll choose a new target for 3 damage, and then you'll choose the Watcher. And we'll remove all the damages here. Nice and smooth, no big deal. And these guys are going to die, and we're getting 2 on the track there. And we still have everybody else's turn left, don't we?
Yes.
And go ahead and make sure
Your
that
turn.
extra targets do, in fact, do exactly what I think they do. I think I'm right, but I could be wrong. So I'm thinking maybe I should either buff us up a bit.
Before the boss comes out.
Yeah, because there's no point in damaging with her. Or I think she'll just rest. She's gonna untap because she doesn't want to take damage. She's really, really weak. She only has 6 HP, so she can die really easily. So we're gonna untap her. And then for me, the boss is next. I kind of want to keep my rabbit punch turned, but I don't want to use one of these, I don't think. I think actually I will. I will tap the fortress. I will spend 2. And that will allow me to put 2 more shields on my character. My character can have up to 4 shields. He's pretty tanky. He's a tanky bro. There. Then I have a taunt and some serious damage if I want for next round. And that is going to signify the end of the round. This first player mark is going to get passed over to Caleb. There you go. How are you
I
guys?
can't find anything about what target means.
I mean, it might be even in the back, I suppose.
There's not.
Just a straight like +1 target, what it does.
Maybe in the Q&As.
Well, I guess we're getting onto the boss portion of this anyway.
Okay.
No dice. I mean, I
It
just
might be
imagine
hidden
it's.
somewhere in there, but yeah.
I mean, +1 target usually just means you can add a target with
Yeah.
it. I imagine, but it could also mean that
You might
if
have
you
to
do
split
3,
the
you might
damage
split the
that way.
damage, which is what I'm also
Yeah.
thinking it might be.
That might be more balanced for what's happening here.
Well, this is also the beginner
the
mode
very
too,
beginner, yeah.
but I'm not sure. I didn't see anything about that.
Okay.
I'll have to check, and I'll put it in the Q&A on YouTube.
When the boss step is resolved, the boss appears, and it's time to fight.
So this is when I pop 2 mobs as well, correct?
Yeah, that's part of the
Okay.
boss round, yeah.
Okay.
So there's 3 phases for the boss. Set amount of HP for each phase, which I think is 8 for this one, right?
Yes.
And we'll place the phase marker on the leftmost icon of the boss HP area.
Yep.
Draw as many mob cards as indicated by the boss step.
That's what I thought. All right, we got a pit snake. Nice. It's a 1. It's a 1 stealther. Yep. And then a spore fungus. That's Callie. Spore fungus.
So draw. You have the deck
I do.
for the boss.
I
You'll
shuffle
draw
them.
4 and
Yep.
place them out here
All right.
in order.
So I have a 0, 5. So I have 1, 4, 5, and 8. So I'll put the 1 first, and then I'll put the 4 next, and then the 5, and the 8.
Now we just continue our turn like normal, except after during the enemy phase.
Oh, this
the boss will
this
attack
goes
you.
here, I believe, right?
Yes, that'll be the first one.
Oh, and
And
with,
we have 8 rounds.
before the game is over and we lose,
Mhm.
so we have to kill this guy in 8 rounds.
Yeah.
And if we damage enough, if we do 8 damage, right? It'll move. We'll go into the next phase, right?
Yeah.
Do we even take this and put it through here, or does it stay here?
This goes here. And that's the counter for the boss round.
I see. Okay. Whenever we damage one of the health pools, we put a
That's it.
damage marker on it, right?
Or this.
Oh, that. Yeah, we can do that. So
Yeah.
we're on this one right here.
And these are different debuffs that have specific abilities there.
Right. Okay. All right. So I guess we're gonna start here. I freed her up, so that way she can use all of her
That's good.
abilities.
Yeah.
You lose anything for the end of the round? No, that all stays, I think. Okay. Caleb, you're up. Now remember, the boar is a strong enemy, but you're probably going to want to get rid of, and I'll even read the rules, it actually explains. It has a really, really great manga inside of it, and it also has like a tutorial as to like what all the bosses do, and like what's the best way of dealing with
The
it. So,
strategy.
yeah, this is Grunkrika. Oh, sorry, it's Grunkrika Base Camp. So Grunkrika Base Camp is the base camp built by the first research party and used by your expedition as a starting point for entering the Ark. However, there's a fairly large problem standing in your way. It's the forces of the Ark have transformed a wild boar into a nightmare come true, and it seems this particular raging boar has an appetite for heroes. Your team arrives to Grunkrika in the afternoon, but the base camp has been the scene of a violent massacre. No explorers have survived the raging boar's wrath. Now it has turned its attention towards you. Will you turn the raging boar into an ivory trophy, or will you die before even stepping foot in the Ark? We're not even in the Ark. Fortunately, a mysterious crystal presents itself to you. Speaking to you from within your hearts, it calls itself Mother Crystal and states that it will guide you to the Ark as it has attempted with the previous exploration parties. We have the 2 keys, though. Does that matter?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought it affected the boss in some way.
Maybe it might on the cards. I
Okay.
don't know.
So the hints. This is a tutorial stage, which means you'll be able to learn the fight and how the game works without too much trouble. The most difficult mob actions in this stage will likely be summoning and bind. So it's a good idea to deal with those first, either by debuffing the mobs or with skills like Crusader's March. The Raging Boar is pretty powerful, so a good strategy is to keep the mobs to a minimum so you can focus on lowering the boss's HP as quickly as you can. Keep in mind that the hardest mobs can be wiped out by Raging Boar's beatdown action. Most of the boss's dangerous actions can be nullified with a debuff, leaving your heavy hitters to deal damage and coast through for an easy victory. Okay, so hopefully that helped. And you got a little bit of bonus story. Alright, Caleb, you can start. Callie, give them all the need to know things. I'll be right back.
We have the boss for the space has 8 health. And then we have the pit snake and the spore fungus to deal with.
Deal damage to one mob and move one from any hero to another.
Those are the boss debuffs, so they're not out yet, but they'll be coming out later.
So I guess I guess I could heal. I'll just do that for now.
Who are you? Oh, you're healing yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything to empower up? You don't need to empower it up.
Well, I guess I could do one empower so that I don't get a threat token.
Sure. Alright, so we got 2 left. Okay, now Palset. What should so she's got all of her abilities. So she could do something.
And remember, she has almost no HP though.
Yeah, we
So-
don't want her to get threat. I
And
have 2 aggro, so
if
we'll
we
be okay.
if we save the souls for her, she can deal 4 damage to all mobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a mob killer,
Mm-hmm.
which is how we can deal with the boss pretty easily. But right now, we can't really worry about that. So what did you do? You healed?
Yeah.
She can't really use the plus targets because
No, she can't use. Oh,
Pit
she hit the
snake
boss.
is stealth.
Oh, I
She
Oh,
forgot.
she hit the
She can hit the boss,
and
too.
the spore
I forgot to roll the dice.
Oh, you didn't roll this?
Oh, I thought.
That's what I asked for when you. Okay.
Oh, I thought that was what.
Oh, you
we were doing
empowered,
that
so
one.
we're gonna whatever you get is what we're gonna decrease. So that's 3. How much was your empower? 1.
Yeah.
So you get 2, and we rolled the exploding dice.
I'm
Oh,
good.
All right, that gives us a nice, healthy, exploding super ability. I have all my shields up right now, but I can remove all of the 3 boss debuffs on everybody, so we can save that if we want to.
mine just moves all damage.
Okay, so what do you think she should do? You have 1 damage? No, you have none.
None.
Oh, we're all healed
Yeah,
up
we're all
and
healed.
easy to go.
So no need to heal.
Maybe we should have her debuff something.
Yeah. Debuff.
Let's have
Like
her
the
debuff
boss
this,
ability
the
or that?
snake.
Okay.
So we'll have her debuff the snake, and we can actually have her spend 1
To do another one.
to do another one. So we're definitely gonna. That snake makes us is a nasty stun.
This would do 1 damage to all of us. Or we could do the boss.
So instead of 4
We'll
damage,
reduce-
it'll do 2. We can actually debuff either of these.
Or-
Looks like.
Yeah. That's the same.
No,
It targets someone different.
this is
Leader.
the leader, and that one is the
Whoever.
person with the most threat.
Threat. Okay.
And I believe.
Oh, it affects all of it, right? Because you can only have one of these.
Yes.
Okay. I think the boss is better than
Okay.
1 damage for everyone.
Is it 1 damage or it's 1? No, it's not 1 damage. That's 1 debuff.
Oh, taking away 1 buff.
Yeah.
Taking away buff.
That's
Sorry.
it's called a weaken. Remove 1 debuff or shield from the target, and the hero chooses which one to remove. And then with the crown, it is who he targets, which is actions with this. I can always target the leader. So this is normally the leader, as opposed to the person with the most threat.
Okay. Wow.
I'm going to be giving myself threat this round, I think, though.
Okay.
Okay, so she's done with that.
Yeah, your
My
turn.
turn. I'm going to turn this guy over. It's going to remove a threat for myself. I don't have any. I'm going to I can't empower myself. Wait, I can.
Yeah, you can with those.
So I'm going to use one of these. And can I use this, or should I use both of my...
Yeah, you can use that. I don't have a way to use it.
Okay, so I'll put my buff back. And that's going to actually give me a +1 damage. Because this is also turned to the side, it'll give me +2 more. So 3 damage and 3 threat. so I can start taking damage. Because I
And
have
wait, who are you
22
doing
health.
3 damage to? The spore? Are you gonna kill the spores
Yes.
on me? Okay. But we're already at max here, so we don't get any.
Oh, that's true. Well, the idea is we can either wait to make her blow up all the enemies, or we can
It's
hit
not
the
gonna work
boss.
because that one's stealth.
Yeah, we kill all of them but that one.
Yeah, so
I mean, it's
I think
okay. I
that's
guess
fine.
we can just nuke this guy.
yeah, I think so. And just keep stays here.
All right, you're up.
Okay, now I could.
You hit the pit snake and give an extra
Nah.
target.
I don't.
Oh, you don't have
have
any
damage left.
Wow. It's not helpful.
um.
You can give yourself a shield.
No. Yeah, I could do that, or I could rest.
You can remove a threat and give yourself 2 shield if you wanted as well.
We don't have any.
You have a
Oh,
buff. Oh no, it's on
it's
the
cost
hit.
2.
Cost 2. You can just
Yeah,
rest them.
I think I'm gonna rest, and that'll get rid of this.
You just turn these
I
all
don't
different
know,
ways, aren't you? There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's everything, right? So before
Yeah.
this moves on, we actually have to go through all this. So we're gonna go through the boss stage 1, and then we're gonna go through the snakes, right? Or is it
I think
the enemies first?
it's the enemies first.
Okay, so the enemies first, we'll go through here, that's nothing. And then this one here is going to make the player with the most threat is going to remove 1 aggro token from the hero or hero who has the most.
Okay.
That's just me.
Yes.
That's still okay, I suppose.
Yeah. None of us have any. So.
And then this is done.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna go ahead and have this go through. So it has debuff, so it'll do 2 damage to me. And I have 4 shields, so I'm gonna take nothing, and I'll lose a shield. Then it's gonna add 1 black to the target, so give me 1 black.
And the black does, when you put a skill on cooldown, suffer 2 damage.
Oh wow. Okay. Now we can also with this gets rid of this, right? As well.
No, like your ability will get rid of.
Okay, there's nothing else that gets rid of these?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, those,
Yeah.
right?
You can move them
Oh, you
from
can
one
move
hero
it.
to another.
Oof.
But then we can spend 2 to remove
Oh, we
it
can
from
empower it to remove altogether.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
And then that's 2 damage to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have the damage. You have all that. I can't do it.
No,
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
you already
Okay,
did the
then it's
shield.
over here.
I was giving it to you.
So, but I'm gonna have to turn myself over and I get stunned.
Ooh.
I'm gonna lose my
Okay.
next turn, which is fine. I was gonna kind of.
You needed the rest. Anyway.
Yes. And that is going to move this to over here.
Yeah.
This is gonna come back up, and we're gonna summon 2 more monsters. Is that right?
Yes, so 2 every.
Is that how it works?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that's
We have to keep these guys low.
oh my gosh.
That's where Palset's ability, I think, will come in handy.
Okay, and the leader token moves over to Palset.
How do we know when to use that?
we could use it now.
It will kill the
At least both of them.
It won't
No,
kill this
it will.
though.
But we'll only need one more to kill it, because it'll deal 4 damage to everything.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a way to get an extra target? You don't.
I don't.
And sadly, all
Yeah.
mobs.
So
I should have.
this is
did a
deal
different
1
ability.
damage to 1 mob and move your token, and then we.
If Palset's selection deals damage, another hero defeats the mob. Do you get? Yes, you do. Only if it kills it or not. Blah blah blah. That's not the question though. I think it just can't be targeted. And I don't think that's targeting. So I do think actually they all do take damage. But
Okay,
the
that would be. I think that we might want to do.
okay.
So then we could concentrate on.
So
the
she's
boss.
gonna roll dice first to see what we
Yeah.
get. Oh my gosh, that was well. This is where it doesn't pay off. Okay, so this is we're gonna spend all these,
Mhm.
and we'll use her special ability, which will do 4 damage to all enemies. These guys will go. We do not, however, gain any bonuses for killing these guys,
Yeah.
sadly. And he's got 1 health. On my turn, I have to
Rest.
rest.
You're gonna lose your threat.
Oh, that sucks.
Aggro, yeah.
And when you put a skill on cooldown, okay, I didn't put a skill on cooldown,
Nope, not yet.
Alright, we still need to do damage to the boss, though.
Yeah, we haven't done it. Okay. Should I get rid of that guy or do damage to the boss?
Well, we're gonna have Caleb will have Dex bonus time to do damage to the boss, I guess. Do you have any damaging
He
abilities?
doesn't have any damage, so I need.
So if you don't kill this guy, though, we're gonna have to deal with both
Both of them.
damaging.
No, but I can deal 1 damage to a mob.
Oh,
and
yeah,
move,
yeah.
I can move
Yeah.
Michael's
Let's do that.
token, and then we can use the 2 to remove the buff altogether.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
that's,
you
that's,
need
the,
to
that's
use
the
those
plan.
2, so I can't. So I'll do this one then.
So 1 damage.
Do 1 damage.
That's fine. That's all we need to do. And it defeats
to
the
boss.
enemy. Oh, the boss too.
No, to the boss.
Oh,
Caleb's
right.
Now
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
only target a mob, so I'm going to do it to the boss.
Okay, now it's Caleb's turn. 1 damage to the boss. Good job, Callie.
Yep.
No, not good job. You did nothing.
Then deal 1 damage to the mob, so
Nice.
it dies, and then I'll move your
And we get
buff,
one of these.
and we can spend the 2 to just remove it altogether.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
That's the plan. Well, we cleared everything out, but we're almost halfway to losing. We are going to go through this, though. So
Yeah.
the boss is going to activate. That's
and
going to
buff.
suck, I think.
Yeah.
So it's X is the number on the stage. So we're on stage number 2. So it's 2. So the
Plus
boss
1.
is going to shield up by 3.
Oh my.
1, 2, and 1 more.
Yikes. How are we gonna...
And then.
Remember though, if you do 0 damage to a boss, he still loses a shield.
Yeah.
Then 2 damage, 2
Summon.
pentagon thing. Oh
summons mob.
no!
And then 2 more are gonna come out?
Yes.
Yep, and then heals for 1.
Oh.
It didn't even.
Like we're worse off.
And 2 more mobs are gonna pop out.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Garth. 3 of them are 5 health.
Alright, here moves over here.
Okay.
Oh, I wish we
You're
could
gonna
have.
roll.
If
Yeah.
we debuffed him, that would have been nice, actually. You could have actually, instead of wasting
Yeah.
the one that was pointless. That would have
Yeah.
been a much better play. Yeah, you should have
We
looked
didn't
at
know.
what.
Yeah.
Well, we did know. We didn't look.
We didn't
It literally
fully
showed
go
us.
through there.
I'm gonna roll dice. 2 lightnings. That was really bad as well.
Oh, you have this. I have one.
Yeah. Do I need to boost? I need to boost up my threat, I think, because we're gonna take some damage.
What does the fire do?
The fire?
Yeah. Something bad.
Yeah, all of it's bad. During this round, all of this mob's attack actions deal an extra plus amount of damage.
Oh, and it says right there too.
When you suffer damage, remove 1. Okay, that's
No, that's
something different.
this token here.
But you did say
No,
the
this
rules
is
suffer 1 extra damage.
I know, but during this round, all the mobs attacks and attacks with a shield. All of this mob
Piercing attack.
is gonna have an extra plus amount of damage on this mob. Doesn't say how much damage though. That's literally all it says.
Oh.
Look,
I guess
I'm gonna keep misrepresenting what I'm trying to say. It literally just says his attack and his
Attack
piercing
and piercing.
deal an extra plus, and that says amount of damage on this mob damage.
So it just
Oh,
doubles
it's amount of damage on the mob. So there's no damage on the mob. If there's 3 damage, we do an extra plus 3. So that can be nasty if we're doing damage to it, unless we're fighting the minions again, but then we're not killing the boss. And we need to kill the boss and all its minions in order to win. If we put too many minions out, we take damage as a whole for each one.
Two damage each, I think.
So I'm not sure. I can either increase my damage up, and then I can give myself a bunch of threat and do a big chunk of damage, or I can threat myself up and just prepare to take damage. And these are all 5s, by the way.
Yeah, they're ridiculous.
I'll swing in with a rabbit punch, I think.
To get rid of one of the shield.
And I'll spend 1 to gain 1. So yeah, I'll just do 1, and I'll get rid of the shield, I suppose. And you can't hit this, it's hidden.
Yeah, I can do 4 damage
Okay.
with this. Otherwise, I could debuff. And I could debuff 2 things.
I don't know.
I feel like we don't want another monster though.
Yeah, that needs to go.
And she
She
won't be
can't.
able to debuff it, so I think I have to do this.
You can spend 1 more to do 2 debuffs.
Yeah,
so
I'm
do
gonna
1.
spend my buff here. Do that one.
So it's either we don't have this doesn't matter. So it's
3
either
damage.
3 damage or 2 damage
Or 2 getting rid of buffs for everyone.
Is it for everyone? Yeah, get rid of that.
You're the only one who has one. Oh, and shields count too.
Yeah, shields count too.
Okay.
So he would lose that, you would lose that, I would lose this. Alright.
Okay.
Caleb, you're up. I hope you can do some damage.
I
No, you
can't. I need to heal.
You need a rest.
Yeah, rest, not heal.
Oh no. Okay, what can she do then?
She could poke. At least get rid of the shield.
Oh my gosh.
She has no plus targets either.
Because she doesn't have a buff.
Yeah.
She can't gain threat. If she gains threat, she's gonna go down.
Oh, none of us have threat.
Nobody has any threat they
She
gained.
can't do anything.
She can rest. I mean, what's the worst thing that she does? She takes 3, 6. The leader. I'm the leader, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna be taking all this damage.
But there's 3 again here.
It's 3, 6, 7, 8, 9.
It's
She
too
can't.
much.
She has to rest.
Oh.
That's awful. We're gonna suffer greatly here. So this is 3 damage, and it's gonna come at the person with the most, and then otherwise we check for the highest
Right.
rank, which is
Caleb.
Caleb actually. All right, Caleb, you're gonna take 3 damage, and then ranged.
That's gonna plus subsequent damages. All subsequent enemy melee attacks and piercing attacks gain +1 in damage.
All right, then we skip this and do 3 damage, so it's 4 damage to Caleb. And Caleb's going to have to tap one of his abilities. Maybe the shield.
Yeah.
The leader is me. I'll be taking 0 damage. 0 damage. And 1 damage. All my shields are gone. Then Caleb takes 3 more.
4.
4? Yeah.
Oh, so all of these were +1.
Oh, so it would be, I take 2 more then. Yep. And then, 4. And then the heart.
Is heal.
It heals itself for 0.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
And it will discard any debuff token. Ah, that's what it is. Okay.
Ouch. This is going to do damage. All the rest of the attacks on this mob are going to do plus damage equal to how much health it's lost, which is nothing. It's going to heal. Doesn't need to. Add 1 black to the lowest ranked hero.
Blue.
Or blue. That goes over to Palette over here.
You
How's
cannot
that?
use or your soul action.
Oh, well, good thing we used it already.
Oh, shield.
I use shields or her soul action.
Okay.
And then finally, X is boss's shield times 3.
6. And then we'll remove the shield.
Oh, okay, that's
Oh,
not
okay.
too awful.
So 6 damage to Caleb.
Can we? Oh no, he has the highest rank.
Yeah.
Yep. 6 more. So give him a 10. So how much health you got, Caleb?
have 6 health left.
Okay.
Okay.
This is going to go here. And this is going to move.
Okay.
And we're going to...
2 bosses come out. 2 mobs.
Oh my gosh.
One.
We're
And
gonna
then
die.
this one doesn't come out. It goes here instead.
And we take damage.
Yeah, we take... It's damage equal to all of us. I just don't remember exactly how much.
Wow, I'm gonna die.
It's this stage's level. It's that many, the amount of mobs.
3 damage for each mob card that cannot be
Oh
played.
my gosh.
Oh, it's just 3?
I'll take 2.
We did that AoE way too early.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, let's see. 4,
Or-
5, 6.
Forgot they keep coming out.
You're the one that told me. I
I
asked
know,
you.
I
How did
know.
you forget?
Well, I mean,
Your
it's a lot.
forgetfulness.
It's a lot to keep in your head at once in this first game.
Oh no.
So I could do some damage. The thing is, do we want to target these guys to try to?
We're dead if we
get them?
don't. If we don't target those guys, we're dead.
Yeah.
Did you roll the...
Oh, I did not yet. Get 3.
3 stars.
There's not as many as we were getting before when we need it.
What does the keys do?
I don't know. I didn't see
I
it
asked you. I
either.
thought you were going to look it up. Go ahead. Play your turn. I'll look.
I'm gonna do
I feel like those are rather important.
4 damage, so I could just kill this guy.
Mhm.
That's probably good. Yeah. Or I could use 2 of that to deal 5 damage. Get rid of that one. No, this one does more. Okay. Let's see. Okay. And that'll also take this up 1. And I'll get 2 threat. So I'll get targeted next. So it won't be you, Kayla.
Oh, keys affect how much the boss has for HP. Instead of 8, because there's 2 keys, that's why there's 2 damage here, it's actually 6 HP per stage.
Okay.
Well, that's good. I think I should heal.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna heal 4.
And then use one of these to heal an extra 2.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And you can't do that again.
You gain some threat though. Okay.
Just 1, I have 2.
And then we have Palsette. So she can heal as well, or she can do some serious debuffs.
Debuff the guard boy. Summons another creature.
Yeah, I think she has to. So we have a double debuff. That's got to take there. No point in that one.
What does that one do?
This one's got stealth, so we can just ignore that, I suppose.
That one's 3 damage though.
But can we kill that one? Oh,
Oh.
5 health. I can do 1, 2, 3 damage.
I already
No
did
one's
my
done
turn.
any damage other than...
Oh, I killed that one.
Oh, you did? You did 4 damage. Okay. I can only do 3 damage, so I guess maybe this is a better move.
Mm-hmm.
This is really annoying. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna taunt. I'm gonna give myself 3 threat. Yeah. And I'm gonna go ahead and spend this and my last buff to do an extra damage. So it's 2, 3 damage to Lamia.
Okay.
I got him. Okay. Oh my gosh, he's gonna summon more mobs after he does all the damage to
Yeah,
us.
we didn't do that.
Who's summoning?
The
the
bar
bar.
is gonna summon.
Oh gosh.
Okay, that's it. Let's go through
Right?
it.
We're not missing that.
I don't know. I asked
The
you.
same.
I asked you, and you specified. This is gonna happen. So all the attacks are gonna get +1. So I'm gonna take 4 damage. Ow. And then I'm gonna turn over a card. I guess I'll turn over my shield so I can at least do some damage. Leader is Callie, so she's gonna take 3, 6, 9 damage. And then me, I'm going to take 4 more damage. Ouch. And then this is it heals, so we'll remove the debuff again.
Oh wow.
Yeah, if we don't debuff it, it's going to keep
That
it's going to
needs
eventually
to
start
go.
summoning. This is going to deal damage equal to what health it's lost, which is nothing. So good for us, I suppose. Stage number is 4, so 4 damage. And this includes the ranged ability, so 5 damage, and that's going to go to me. Am I still alive? Jeez, I am, but just barely.
Did you say we lose after the number of rounds that we don't defeat?
No, we have 8 rounds to defeat him. We also lose if we all just go under, which is looking like it's going to happen. And then it's going to turn over one of my spells. So I'm going to be stunned.
It doesn't say if this would stay there. Like the ending round.
I don't know, but either we did something wrong or it's too late now.
Well, how do we win if we?
We need to keep the minions under control, is my guess. All right. This is gonna go. Oh, this is gonna go over here. This is gonna go off. These are going to go. And we're gonna get 4 new rounds.
Yeah, if you're currently fighting a boss, then also perform the action below, and then leave. But so it seems like you still go back to the start round. It's just not clear if you keep drawing mobs or not.
Well, I'm dead now. This is gonna
Okay.
come out, and I'm gonna take 3 damage. That puts me in, basically just in the dead range. 22, and you're gonna take 3 as well, and 3 and 3 over here.
I have 2 health. Yeah, we're done for. I think.
I think we're gonna have to concede to the game.
Yeah.
She's. How much health do you have left? 7. Yeah, we can't do it. That's it. We lose. Provided Callie read the rules right.
I'm just not sure.
Remove all remaining forces. Actions below. Move the boss marker 1 space to the right.
Yeah.
And the marker right to the left position in the bottom row, you'll have 1 more round to defeat the boss, or it's literally game over. If the boss has damage tokens, then proceed to the next boss phase, remove all damage. Remove an existing. It never talks about this at all.
No. Well, no, it says then you go to the next phase where it does say 2 of these come out, but then it talks about setting up the boss.
Where does it say the next phase? Where does it say that here?
Start a new round.
Move the leader marker to the next hero in clockwise order and start a new round. Does that? I don't think that means.
Then start a round.
You can't advance this though.
No, which is why it's confusing. But we're technically on the
I
boss
don't
phase.
think we actually spawn more minions.
Okay.
I don't. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it
says
doesn't make
says
sense.
advance it. We cannot advance it. It would in the rules. It would honestly tell you summon mobs equal to the boss number.
Yeah,
I
it does.
imagine.
It does, but it's part of that first phase.
It's part of the boss phase, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
when a boss summon mobs. Yeah, so the boss is going to summon mobs with his abilities, though, right?
Okay.
Okay, this is the easy. This is the easy
It's
mode.
supposed to be easy.
And yeah, it summons two mobs. I can summon two mobs here. So
Yeah.
I'm running around and summon extra mobs. We're just supposed to be able to wipe this guy out.
Okay.
We played this on ultra hard mode. I'm just gonna say ultra expert edition. But either way, I think you got the idea. There are mobs that get a lot more dangerous here.
I think now that we played too, we could set up our characters a little better too. Like I would have added in another.
So just you can go ahead and see. This is stage 2, and this shows 3.
3, yeah.
So
that
to
would
be
be
able
too
to
many.
actually kill 3, and let's see the last boss. Yeah, the last boss is all this and 3. I would imagine that would be pretty insane to be able to try and deal with that guy. But I'll probably have to go ahead and watch a played video and see how everybody else interpreted the rules.
Yeah.
But yeah, if we set up our characters again, you probably think we'd be doing better
I would
with
do
it.
different. Yeah, I would have put another melee attack here instead of this one, I think, or instead of this one.
Maybe no shields.
So I could utilize both of these together.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you, Caleb?
I would probably do 2 heals and 2 melees.
Yeah, this game.
You could have 5 things.
Yeah.
So I remember playing this game. I remember this boss being fairly easy,
Okay.
and the next one was pretty easy, like not super crazy, and then the third one got ridiculous, and then it just got insane. I don't remember this guy summoning so many mobs that we couldn't do anything with them. Even if we did kill, like do 4 damage to all of these, we'd still not have had a chance. So I'm gonna imagine that it just summons bonus.
The 2 at the beginning.
Yeah, 2 at the beginning, and then you're gonna have to deal with the boss.
Yeah.
And
That
it's gonna
makes more
reduce
sense.
HP.
And whatever he summons.
But otherwise, we played it pretty much correctly, and I'll go ahead and make sure. If I'm wrong, I'll put it in the comment section below. But overall, did you like the idea of the game, how it played and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah? What'd you think?
Yeah, I want to play again so I can do better.
Yeah, the artwork is beautiful. It has that like Sword Art Online
This
feel. It
board
has
is
like fighting the
scary.
boss, and there's actually another boss on the opposite end too of this board here. Yeah, each of the there's 6 bosses in total. So yeah, this one here is like the greedy mother. Look at that.
Oh.
Plant monster thing.
Yeah. And she summons. She's just got a little bit bigger, and then of course you have to deal with like this too. These get scarier as well. I actually, the Testament. I never even got to fight this monster. I think it's
The last one?
Yeah, let me find out where it is. It's crazy. It's this one here. I don't even know how this works. I think the boss is just instantly out.
Oh,
I think it just summons.
Fight the boss.
I think it just summons 4 monsters to start with, and I think it's just out for the whole game. And you have 8 rounds to beat it.
That's it. That's the ultimate, the final boss.
When you suffer damage, put a ready skill on cooldown.
Ooh.
When targeted by an attacks everybody ability, you suffer 2 extra damage.
Ooh.
Your maximum amount of empowering is lowered by the amount of this level 1.
Debuffs. Ooh.
And each boss has its own unique deck. There also comes with additional characters in the game, so you're going to get to choose between not just those 4, but 2 additional ones.
They have different abilities, different ultimate abilities.
But when you go through, and I didn't explain this super well, but when you start on round 0, you get 4 skills and you upgrade one of them. And then when you play the next level, you get to keep all your skills, but you get to upgrade any one that you want. And you go from 1 to 2A or 2B. And if you choose 2A, you can go to 3A. If you choose a 2B, you can go to 3B. And so you kind of like has this like branching stats.
Skill tree.
Skill trees. And you can kind of feel what your character does best at. Of course, each character has different types of HP and a special ability as well. And you'll be ranking your character hopefully up as you perform these upgrades in the game. But yeah, overall, Testament's a really, really cool game. I love the interaction with this game. I didn't play this game for a long time. This has been a few years since I played this. If the last time you saw me playing this on YouTube, I had really, really long hair and I was probably about 35, 40 pounds heavier than I am now. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed Testament. I'll be starting this up once again every week. For those of you who are new here, or actually just anybody, I am selling on Whatnot. Every Wednesday at 6:30, I'm going to be selling board games. Most of the games I have in my collection that I haven't played in forever. I have a ton of games in the garage. I'm going to be opening up Whatnot, and I'll have a link down below in the description. But you can actually, I'll have a link down below in the description where you can go ahead and
sign up and get some credit.
And in fact, right now I'll go ahead and put up a link,
Yeah.
so you can go ahead and just keep talking to them while I find the Whatnot link.
Yes, we did a test stream last week on Whatnot, see how it was, and it's really fun. Basically, we'll put up a board game, talk about it, and then put it up for auction. And you just slide the bar, and you can bid on the game. You'll pay whatever. Whatnot like calculates all the shipping right there for you as well. So you'll pay the shipping. And once you purchase one thing during that stream, anything additional you win the bid on, it'll be cheaper shipping, which is really nice. Also, we can do things like have a buy it now, and also do giveaways during the sort of live stream Whatnot auction stream. So it's really fun, and you can chat, and it's pretty engaging. So we'll see what the board game community is like on there. Maybe we can build it up a bit.
Currently, there's nobody.
Yeah, there's not
I think there's like
people.
2 stores. One other dude who sells like Monopoly and stuff, and then there's me. So basically, right now you're gonna be able to see all the stuff I've had for the last 6 years.
And it's a really new app too. So there's other categories. There's Magic, the Gathering cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
That's what I use it for. I buy
yeah.
Magic on there solely now. I don't really buy it at the shops anymore. I don't support my local shop anymore. But I do support.
That's a different story though.
But I do support local businesses on Whatnot. They actually have shops that engage there, and they have people like me who buy and sell stuff there as well. And you get everything there cheaper. Everything you want to buy anywhere is cheaper. Kelly's gotten Lululemon products for on the cheap. I've gotten cards
and I want
that
a giveaway
are.
for
Yep, and there's tons of giveaways. Yeah, so you can get a ton of great stuff on Whatnot. So if you want to just check out the site, I'm not sponsored in any way by them. I'm just a seller, and that's as of like this last week. But even if you don't even look at my stream and you don't have time on a Wednesday, then you can go ahead and check anytime you want. And there's a bunch of people on there selling stuff. It's kind of like Twitch meets eBay. In fact, it is exactly like Twitch meets eBay because you can see all the products firsthand. I prefer it better to eBay, and I actually, as a seller, prefer it better than eBay because it's actually better deals.
It's nice for anything used products too, because you can exactly see if there are any like damage or defects, what those are, because they can like show you on the stream. Just like you're really there in a shop or in a flea
so I have
market.
like, for instance, I have a World of Warcraft, the board game by Fantasy Flight Games, a full, complete copy. On eBay, there's like 3 different complete copies that are not complete, selling for a lot of money. And if I didn't own it, I wouldn't know until I got it. And some of the pieces that were also complete were actually different miniatures in there. They were like from a different game.
They threw it in
to try and complete
like
it.
It's complete.
So when you're on Whatnot, you will actually be able to see everything.
See fully the product.
I can show you each of the pieces
which
and
is nice.
card condition as well, and Magic or whatever it is that you're into. Clothing, you can see how worn it is. If you're buying worn clothing on eBay, it might look differently.
Yeah, once you get
or
it.
you might miss. They might not
I
picture
didn't
one.
see that stain on there because the picture was so blurred.
I bought a card from the shop, and they had it in the sleeve, and he showed me the sleeved card, and I'm like, oh, cool, nice. I brought it home, and I looked on the back, and on the back there was like, for me personally, I don't like damaged things, and it had like a long scratch down the side of it, and you wouldn't notice it by just his like quick whoop, whoop, and put it in, So yeah, even at a shop, it was you can ask these guys on there, and they even usually go the extra above and beyond step of showing you every little detail, especially for expensive stuff. Anyway, that's pretty much it, guys. Check our streams out every Sunday, 6:30 p.m. PST. We play lots of board games. Testament was this week. Last week we played the Christmas one, right?
The week before?
No, I know, but last week we did play, even just not the stream. And we did the week before. We played a lot of the Christmas advent calendars.
We finished that.
We finished it. That was actually really good.
Success.
I think that is a really great game to get in for Christmas, especially for anybody, because it's really easy.
It was a very satisfying ending. We'll say that. For no spoilers.
Brian does reviews every week on unfilteredgamer.com. There's blog posts, giveaways, share lists, and more. Of course, if you're on YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, the bell notification button greatly helps out as well. Facebook, sadly, it died today. I have no idea why, but everything else kept going, so I didn't stop the stream. But if you're on Twitch and you want to push that follow button, we appreciate it, and we hope to see you guys next week. And as always, we look forward to
seeing you guys next time.
and have a happy New Year's.
Yay!
Publish your New Year's resolutions.
Yeah, we forgot to say that.
I don't know. Mine was to not buy so many board games.